we came out to observe. There's a big old praying mantis right here. Check it out. They're neat because they'll watch the screen. Hello, fella. That is a big one. Our cucumbers are getting a little too fancy pants. And while we're meandering through the yard, look at this monstrosity. I think I showed you one of these last year.
Can I touch it?
I don't know, they're pretty nasty. They turn into mosquito habitats and then they get big and big and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You may think that they don't like that big, but look at that. That's my hoof. That's Spawning by my juniors. And when they start to die, they become seriously bug infested. And then they stink. They get a stinkage. Amicus. I got one more thing to show you, and then we're gonna move on. I know that's another one. Too bad you can't. No, nobody likes mushrooms. What we did down here was I stuck some gourd seeds in the ground. These are gourd seeds that have been handed down for generations and generations. Actually, just since last year. Because I wanted them to grow up, so I stuck some sticks in the ground. Gourds are awesome. And then they're going up. And so far, they're roughly 15 feet up in the tree. If you back up a little bit, you can kind of see, I see one. There's two, there's one over there. And there is a third one way up there. I never planned on like this real high like that, but it's just fun. I always want to see gourds in a tree. But we had a big storm pass through, and it snatched them out of the ground right here and carried them over there. So I brought them back and repacked it all back in. Now I'm hoping for the best. So far, things are still kind of healthy. No, they're kind of yellowing. Every one of them's yellow. So we may not get anything off of it after all. That's enough yard talk. Here's the other one. It's still doing good. It got moved, but it didn't get snatched out of the tree, so it's doing okay. There's a couple of wilted leaves, but that's all right. We're back in the base camp for a second before we head to the water. Exploring Alabama Junior got a little package. Let's see what it is. It's from Digging with Deej. I blew it light. Be careful, you may cut the, here, go right here. Cut underneath there. Okay. Right here. Like cut the very tip top off right across there.
Okay.
You want to be kind of careful. We'll be there. There you go, you're jamming. You're jamming. It's so hot outside. We want to go play in the creek. Alright, you got it. There you go.
Okay, here's a note.
Oh yeah, let's check it out. You got sweat on your nasal hole. Beard.
Let me read it?
Sure.
Dear Dreamer, here's another finds box for your adventures. It's a different color than the one your dad has, so you don't get them mixed up. I enjoy your videos. Keep up the great work. Happy adventures. Digging with these.
What she's talking about is that. It was actually sent to him, and I thought it was mine. I gave it back to him, but it wasn't no fun for him then because I already got my fingerprints on it. So now he's got his own new one. Thank you. Oh, yours is like army green. Oh, you want to trade? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it again. Maybe we'll find some airheads in the water. Let's go to the water. I love it.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, we skipped the creek. I got to get these seats out. These things are just as deadly as the exhaust fumes are. And everything is rusted. There's screws. There's only, I think there's one hinge on this end and one hinge on that end. And they're held in by a regular Phillips head screw. So they're stripped, and not stripped out, but the heads are all rusted away. So I'm taking these springs out. I'm going to take all the junk out, and then I have just a piece of metal right there to work with, so it'll be a lot better. And then I got to get this top one out. And then, but to do that, I've got to, where's my cutter? Here it is. Some of them are still kind of tight, so I'm going to go through and just cut them. I'm going to make it easier to just twist those right out. They'll be like that. This stuff's good to breathe. then I gotta figure out how. I got to get this thing somewhere. I need a muffler on it. And I may just go buy a piece and hook it up to the manifold and just straight it out for right now. I'm not sure. And now, like all my adventures, it has started to rain. So, we will stop right here till the rain passes. Tires are holding up pretty good. Not perfect, pretty good. This shirt's still in pretty good condition. It's a piece of a seat. Willys slag. It's better. I have looked far and wide for a seat to fit from behind, and so far nothing. I found one from an old Nissan hardbody, but it's too long this way. It goes like way out to here. The rain's passing. So, and then I thought, well, maybe I could take the whole frame and take it to an upholsterer and have them rebuild it, but it is so rusted out and busted everywhere. Most of the springs are broke. This one here, this is next. This one's coming out, but it'll kind of suffice for now. I can fill the top hole. I'll tell you what I did. I'll give you a little tip for those who like that. You ever use that great stuff? You spray it and it swells up. My old Blue had the crushing seat syndrome. This is actually a Nissan seat. So since it crushed on this end and it was a junk seat, I simply went up underneath the crush and blew this stuff in there. It swells it up like a balloon, and believe it or not, it works. Now over time this will start deteriorating and it'll all fall out. Then you just simply do a stick in there and do it again. But it works great on old seats. A little dirt in here. So back to this. I guess that's it. Seems like the rain has passed. Alright, we'll get back to this in a second. I gotta do some thoughting for a little while. Oh, those are some good pecans. I put that little plate on the floor. It's odd because it's got a different top, like something else might have went to it. I've got to have a muffler, and I've got to get that gas tank out of here. The shocks helped a whole lot. And so next is the gas. I need brakes. I got a lot to do. I'm out of time. Only got 4 minutes. So what this one did, you would flip this up, dump a few pecans out, and then while that was up in the air, you would stand this one up, and that is where you hide your church pistol or your church gun, whatever you choose to call it. What I've got to do is make sure I don't have anything on the ground that's going to poke more holes in all the tires around here. The swap meet thing went great. It was really neat. I talked to a couple guys. One of the guys says his Willys does not have this on it, and so I don't know what that really means. He just doesn't have it. See, these are simply screwed in. Right about there, and on the other side, same thing. What I want to do is be able to get in the truck, close the doors, and not have all this stuff fall on my head. And it has continued to do that. I've scraped so much of it off. So what I'm going to do next is scrape it more off, fill that hole with a little love and tenderness, and then probably paint this thing just with a spray can. A lot of people like to call them rattle cans. That's just for fun. It really doesn't mean it's a spray paint. Spray paint.